Hello, gorgeous souls. It feels like I have not done a video for absolutely ages, and there's a funny reason for that. I'm going to talk about that in a little while. Got to do with time and perception of time at the moment. But what I wanted to hop on here today and talk about is the energies for October and what they are telling us, and kind of to provide a bit of a focus for the month of October based on what's coming through and what I'm feeling energetically is occurring on the planet right now. So there's a word that came through to describe this month, and that word is metamorphosis, which is really, really exciting. So let me explain that a little bit more, or unpackage that a little bit more for you. So leading up to October, it feels like we have done an awful lot of shedding and releasing of old patterns, traumas, wounds, things that have really been holding us back, things that have been keeping us anchored into the past, like these previous versions of ourselves. So for a lot of us, releasing this, not only for yourself, but generationally, is also a big part of why we're here for a lot of star seeds at the moment. The good news is, though, this month is really about, well, the good work's paid off. So it's almost like we get to step into a new version of ourselves, a new spacesuit, if you like. It's like we're not encumbered anymore by the trials and tribulations of our past. So it's really, this month really feels like a time of deep introspection and giving ourselves the time and permission to sit in the silence with ourselves, and to really begin to hone our skills and abilities in being able to read what's going on within us energetically, and to tune more into ourselves, and to allow ourselves to open up even more to receive guidance, and really tap into our own intuition, and of course our connection to source and to the whole planet. So I feel what's really important for this month is tuning out from what is going on around outside of us, which seemingly appears to be very chaotic, and instead changing the channel, changing the dial, the frequency, to tune back into yourself, and coming from a place of knowing that we are the source of our own safety and security, and we don't need to seek that from outside ourselves. It comes from inside of you. So the concept of metamorphosis is about us really stepping more into these truer versions of ourselves, the real version of you, and for us to be able to listen to the guidance of our soul, and begin to follow the heart map, or the blueprint, the original blueprint of our soul. In other words, to be able to step into our missions in this lifetime, what we came here to do. So and that the only real way to be able to determine what that is essentially by sitting in silence and listening to the beat of your own drum is what's coming through. So essentially what's going on out here is a lot of noise. It's a lot of distraction for us, which when we get too absorbed into that, it's very easy to forget about what's going on internally within yourself. And that leads me on to the other point, which is about energy and about tuning more into the energetic frequency of yourself. What's going on within yourself, with your emotions, your feeling centers, turning them on, turning them up, and exploring more of that side of ourselves. Because the one thing that's going to be really important for us to be able to do, especially between now and what's coming up, is to be able to tune more into people's energy, the underlying energy of people, because energy doesn't lie. So it's very easy to listen to the words people speak, but sometimes the energy and the intentions underneath that don't match what's being vocalized. So it's going to be really important for us. What I feel is there's going to be a lot of people stepping onto center stage coming up that will be saying certain things and appearing a certain way. Yet when you examine the underlying energy underneath the words that they're saying and speaking, there's a mismatch. So this is really where we get to really begin to trust ourselves more, our own intuition, our own guidance, and our own guidance systems. And it all starts with you. So the idea around metamorphosis is giving ourselves the opportunity to sit in the silence and become more of who we truly are. And I know for me personally, what's happened in the last couple of days for me is a lot of my skills and abilities have actually expanded greatly, and been enhanced greatly. So essentially what we're talking about is upgrades here, total system upgrades. If we are willing to open our hearts even more to love, that really is the key. That's the big ticket item here, my friends. How much more can you open yourselves up to love for primarily yourself and the people around you, and then extend or expand that out into the world and for the planet, of course, and the animals and the plants. So okay, so metamorphosis. The other thing I was going to talk about very briefly is this concept around time. So it seems to me only the other day, we were halfway through September and suddenly it's October, and I'm sitting there scratching my head thinking, how did I just lose half a month? I don't know if you guys are feeling this, but at the moment it feels like we're very much in a process of acceleration. It feels like we're all going through this time tunnel where we're all, it's all building to this one fabulous climax, really. We're going through and it's all building to something really huge. And therefore it feels like time is quickening. And if you're feeling that too, that's all perfectly normal. And it's because it's all leading to something brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And this is where it's important to remember that there is a grand plan. Sometimes we can look outside of ourselves and get quite lost in all of that. And the message that's coming through that's really important to share is there is a grand plan. Trust that. And sometimes things are not as they appear to be, quite often, in fact, particularly now, which is what we're seeing more and more of. The truth is, the truth that we're being fed by mainstream media is really like an inverted version of the actual truth. So keeping that in the back of your mind, it goes back to what I was saying about some people stepping up and taking center stage shortly, that also may only be following their own agendas rather than what is best for us moving forward from here on in. So time is certainly accelerated at the moment, and I feel by the end of the year, things are going to look radically different to what they are now. I feel there's going to be some major changes coming up for us, positive changes. So it really is a matter of sort of just holding on, keeping this in the back of your mind, and knowing it's all going to be okay. And to for this month to really come back into yourself and focus on your own journey and your own evolution of your own soul, because it does all start with you, it all ends with you, of course, as well. So so I feel that definitely for this month of October, the concept of metamorphosis or inner change, inner growth is really key for us, and there's a lot of energies coming down. So it's really important to give yourself the time to just open up and receive all of that, and to get more out of the head and more into the heart space, because where we're going, we've never been before. So it's not really possible for us to logically think about this. It's more of a feeling, and following that guidance system from your soul. So I hope this helps a little bit, and have a really wonderful October. It's lovely to connect with you all again, and yeah, stay safe. Love yourselves a little harder, and just know it's all going to be okay. We're all on this journey together, and where we're going is going to be phenomenal. So love you all loads, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.